Hello to everybody watching. This is going to be a end of day review for Friday last week on the 18th. So this one's overdue as well. So let's get to it. So starting off with UCAD on the daily swing is bullish, daily internal is bullish. 4 hour, it's also going to be bullish. I believe this one. Yep, 4 hour and the daily leg is all one leg, really. So from the start of our session, 4 a.m. Eastern time, price comes in, get an order flow shift to the upside, price retraced back to this 15-minute POI, but by the time it retraced back, it was out of our session. So no trade there. Move on to the next pair, which is EU. So daily swing for EU is bullish. It's bearish. Daily leg for EU is also bearish. 4 hour leg is also bearish, so price is just bearish on all time frames. So let's go to the 15-minute. Our session started at 4 a.m. Eastern, so roughly right around here. So as you can see, something happened between here. You could kind of justify it as this being an order flow shift. So price is bearish. If this is an order flow shift here, this would be the 15-minute POI. Oops, did not mean to do that. Let's go back. So realistically, you could have potentially have looked here for a sell. This is just messy price action. This would be an internal order flow shift. Internal order flow shift here. Well, that would just be a sub break. And another sub break. Jeez, I placed that one wrong. So POIs that you had to trade from, you could have traded from here. You could have also have traded from here, which personally I saw these happening and being built as my session was going on. I could have entered here. Our coach did. He got some R. I saw it, but to me this sucked like a last point of inducement, and this didn't justify an entry for me because it didn't engulf. And I believe if I would have entered short here with my 0.3 pip stop loss, I wouldn't have had enough R. And then up here, same thing, you wouldn't have had enough R. Got an order flow shift to the upside, a debatable one at that. And then price broke up, retraced, didn't retrace to any POI or nothing because it's like, is this really a POI? Price broke again, right here. And then retraced back to this POI, but that was outside of our session, so no trade. Up next, AU. So AU daily swing is bullish, daily internal is bullish. 4 hour, I believe, is bearish. Yep. So 4 hours bearish. Our session, let's draw a line out, our vertical line. Our session starts at 4 a.m. Eastern. So right here. So activity that we got that day after breaking out through this crazy, well, not crazy, but a massive range we were in. This is our structure right here. Let me fix that. So we had a sub break there. And then we only had one break. So one break, our sessions from this green line onward, it didn't retrace to anything. The only POI, you could have looked at was potentially this, but even then everything is just so messy. This is before our session, and then after that broke, potentially could have looked at something like that because it broke here barely, but you're in a 4 hour supply. No trade for me there, guys. Not even worth looking. And then lastly, GU. GU swing is bullish. Daily leg is bearish. We had a daily ISB here, which signals that price may come down, probably below this over here, potentially into one of these POIs. My money would be on here. So 4 hour is also bearish. prices come up to a 4-hour POI, 4-hour demand zone. I have all this swept as liquidity right up here. Our session would have started right about here. The only POI worth trading from is this 15-minute that caused the break, which price didn't come down to till after our session time, so not valid for me. We did have one guy who ended up entering here, called it an internal order flow shift. This isn't where an iOS would be useful because, for starters, this break right here is insignificant because you're not reacting to anything. Had this come down to a 15-minute demand, then I could have justified it there. The other way I could have justified it is if this break was going on for a day at least, which it was just created here. So since we're doing session-based trading, this leg was created today. I would have preferred for it to come back to the 15-minute POI and then start heading up higher. And then that's about it. No trades on Friday, so we didn't even sweep up the liquidity in the 4-hour demand supply. So with that being said, peace.